Hi, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com. Let's talk about love. I want to talk about love in the context of long-term relationships. I have done several videos on dating, giving dating advice. This isn't dating advice. This is relationship advice. How to keep your relationship going. So we got to talk about love. Let's break love down into two different types. There's two different types of love. Maybe there's more. But you have romantic love and you have realistic love, a more rational love. I think that romantic love is irrational. It doesn't mean romantic love is bad. It has its time and it has its place. If you look at history, the romantic love doesn't go back to the beginning of time. The romantic love goes back to the French and around the 1700s. It's not really that old. Before that, love was rather utilitarian, like a business partnership. That's what marriages were all about. But in Western civilization, we have gotten lost. Maybe it's because of movies and books. But we have gotten lost in this idea of romantic love, and maybe that's why relationships break down so often. The divorce rate's through the roof. And it's interesting because couples will get divorced and still be in love. You'll ask the guy and he'll say, "Oh, I still love her, but she's crazy, I can't be around her." And the chick will say the same thing. "Oh, I still love him, but I hate him. I can't be in the same house with him, but I still love him." You may have an ex that you think you still love. Romantic sex has got a lot of cuddling. It's got a lot of emotions. It's kind of hard for a guy when you express such raw emotions. Say, for example, if you're not used to expressing your raw emotions to people, and then you find this one person that you open up to, that you've let know who you really are, you've showed that soft side under your shell, you've taken off your armor, and then she backstabs you. She turns out she's a cunt bitch. And that's all part of these love stories, these romantic love stories. Rational love is different than romantic love in the way that it's not just cuddling and emotions and sex, it's wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Write that down. Rational love is wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. That's the recipe. Wisdom, understanding, and knowledge will make your relationship last. It can last forever. Like a car. Women are exactly like cars. That should be the title of this video. Women and cars exactly the same. You say don't make women out to be objects, they're just like cars. Same thing. Your car is not gonna last with your love. I don't care how cool your car is and how hot it looks. Some people have really hot cars. I got a guy on the block who's got a bunch of really hot cars, but those things don't stay running just by a little kiss. "I love you. How was your day? Tell me all about yourself. Let me validate you and acknowledge you. You look so good today." That's, let me sleep next to you and you can do things to it, do all kinds of things to it. That's not going to keep your car running. Your love doesn't keep your car running. It's the work. It's your wisdom, your knowledge, and your understanding of engines and vehicles and how something lasts, and that you need to go out there with some Armor All once in a while on that leather, and you need to change the tires once in a while, put some air in them, put some gas in there, some oil in there. You need to do that stuff or the whole relationship breaks down. Interestingly enough, with this type of love, this more rational love, one of the reasons why it lasts longer is because people don't get as hurt when something goes wrong. They don't get as emotionally scarred. Romantic love can really scar you. I know what it's like to be devastated. It feels like a Mack truck just rolls over you. Some of the times that I've been so down at the lowest point in my life has been because of arguments in relationships And a lot of that is just emotion. But with your car, I know people that have vehicles that break down. Some of these old Camaros, these old Chevys, they break down. These guys with these Impalas, those fucking Impalas break down. Damn right they do. But they keep them going. Wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. And they put in work. And they'll be willing to, no matter how long they've sat on the side of the road in the rain with that car broken down and had to watch it get put on a tow truck, and how many weeks they walk by it or drive by it, in a rental car while your hot rod or whatever, your BMW is sitting at the shop, and you're like, damn, man, I just want that thing back. This sucks. But you go through it. It's painful, but you go through it. You and that old vehicle that you love so much have gone through so much, and you will never get rid of it, because you know, through your wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, that's what keeps it going, and it can last forever. And it's a true bond. Whereas your romantic bond doesn't keep it going. Your cuddling bond won't last forever, because there's going to be nights where you're sleeping back to back. You ever slept so try to just get the edge of the bed, fuck that bitch, and you just don't even want to have nothing to do with her, but you still love her, because through your wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, you know that this relationship is worth it. It has value, even if tonight sucks. How many of you have walked away from relationships unnecessarily because your fantasy of romantic love fell apart, and you thought the relationship was over, and you thought the love was gone? How many of you broke up because the spark fell out of the relationship? What was that spark anyways? Was that a childlike attachment to romance? And when the relationship evolved into a real love relationship, more like what your grandparents have? Oh, your grandparents are so sweet when you're over there for Sunday dinner. As soon as you leave, that vibe changes. Your grandparents fight. They sleep in separate rooms. My grandparents were married for 70 years until my grandmother died. Relationship doesn't last like that just because you're having this buck wild, freaky sex, or because she just looks so good. She's so sweet. Makes you cookies. That's not how those relationships last. It's all food for thought.